Hey dudes, welcome back to my channel, Salamat 2020. Today's lesson on how to write polynomial functions in factored form. Polynomials can be written in expanded or in factored form. So, ito yung ating example for expanded form. Ibig sabihin that you have sums and differences of different terms. And expanded form can be written in a form of factored. That is, y is equal to a quantity x minus 3 multiplied by a quantity 2x plus 1. So, a factored form as a product of its factors. Let's try to factor the quadratic polynomial function. So how do we factor this trinomial? So first, look at the leading coefficients here. That is 2 multiplied by the constant, that is negative 3. So 2 times negative 3 is equal to negative 6. Okay, but to check the middle term, that is negative 5. So the factor of negative 6 is negative 3 and positive 2. If we sum up these two factors, negative 3 plus 2, that is negative 1. But our middle term is negative 5, so let's find another factor. So negative 6 and 1. If we sum up with these two factors, so negative 6 plus 1, that is negative 5. So yun din ang ating middle term, that is negative 5. Okay, that is the results for after adding the two factors, negative 6 and 1, that's negative 5. So we will rewrite these our equations to x squared. So negative 5 can be written into negative 6x plus 1x negative 3. So yeah, yung ating dalawang factor, negative 6 and 1. After rewriting our middle term into negative 6 and 1, so let's have the factor the first two terms and the last two terms. So let's find the GCF of the first two terms. So 2x squared minus 6x. So the factor of 2 is 2 times 1 or 2. And the factor of x squared is x times x. Then 6 is a product of 3 times 2. Then bring down x. Then last two terms, so we don't have the GCF, no greatest common factor. So let's find the GCF of the first two terms. Yan, our GCF is 2x. Yan, the first and the second term, the GCF is 2x having the same constant and variable, that's 2x. So y is equal to, then take it down, the GCF, greatest common factor, that is 2x. Then write down the remaining into the parentheses, so that is x minus 3. And for the last two terms, negative 1x minus 3. So since we don't have the GCF, then bring down 1, then copy the remaining variable and the constant x minus 3. So then we have a new equation here. Y is equal to 2x, a quantity x minus 3, plus 1, a quantity of x minus 3. Since we have here a common factor, that is x minus 3, then bring down x minus 3, then copy the remaining term, that is 2x, then 1. So that is the value of y. Y is equal to a quantity of x minus 3 multiplied by 2x plus 1. So that would be our factored form of y is equal to 2x squared minus 5x minus 3. For example number 2, this example of the cubic functions. So that is y is equal to 64x cubed plus 125. So the formula for the cubic functions is a cubed plus b cubed is equal to a quantity a plus b multiplied by a quantity a squared minus ab plus b squared. So let us determine our a cubed in our given functions. So our a cube here is 64x raised to 3. Our b raised to 3, that is 125. So let's take it down. The a cube, that is 64x raised to 3. Applying the exponential property, so 64 can be written in the form of 4 cube. That is 4 times 4 times 4. Then copy x cube. Okay, since we have here the same exponent, so we must take it down. The base, that is a, is equal to 4x. So the value of a is a product of 4x. Yan ang a natin. Then for b cube is equal to 125. Then applying the exponential form, 125 can be written into 5 cube. So we are using here the base. B is equal to 5. Then the formula for the cubic functions, okay, yan ang given natin for the cubic function. So let's substitute all the a and b. After resulting the a, that is 4x, b, that is 5. So a is 4x plus b is 5. Then multiply the quantity. A is 4x raised to 2 minus a product of a and b. The a is 4x and b is 5 plus b is 5 raised to 2. Then we're going to manipulate the squared, then copy 4x plus 5. Then 4 raised to 2 is 16. Then exponent by the variable, that is x squared. Then a product of 4x plus 5 times negative, that is negative 20x. Then 5 squared, then multiply by itself, then 5 times 5 is 25. So the factor of y is equal to 64x cubed plus 125 is equal to a quantity of 4x plus 5 multiplied by a quantity 16x squared minus 20x plus 25. Another example for the sum of the cubic functions. So we have here the a cube is equal to 343x cubed, applying the exponential property. So 343 is equivalently to 7 raised to 3. That is 7 times 7 times 7 is equal to 343. Then copy x cubed. Since pareho yung exponent natin, so copy the base. A is equal to 7x. And for letter b cube is equal to 27. Again, applying the exponential properties, 27 equivalently to 3 raised to 3. So pareho yung exponent natin. So maaaring gamitin natin yung base b is equal to 3. And the sum of the cubic functions is given in this formula. A cubed plus b cubed is equal to a quantity of a plus b multiplied by a squared minus ab plus b squared. So yan ang ating given functions. Our a cubed is 343x cubed. Our b cubed is equal to 27. And this is equal to our a is 7x plus b is equal to 3. multiplied by this quantity. A is 7x raised to 2 minus product of A and B, that is 7x times 3, plus our B squared. Our B is 3 raised to 2. Then copy 7x plus 3. Then the exponent of 7 squared is 49. Then x raised to 2. Then a product of negative 7x times 3, that is negative 21x, plus 3 squared, that is 3 times 3, is equal to 9. So we have here the factored form of the y is equal to 343x cubed plus 27 is equal to, yan ang ating factored form. For number 4, so this is the example of difference of cubic functions, since the operations here is the subtractions. So the difference of cubic function is given in this formula. A cubed minus b cubed is equal to a quantity of a minus b multiplied by a squared plus ab plus b squared. The other formula is called the sum of the cubic functions na ginamit natin sa number 2 and number 3 examples. So for number 4, our a cubed here is 8x cubed. Our b cubed is equal to 27. Again, so the same procedure, applying the exponential form. 8 is equal to, or can be written into 2 cubed, then copy x cube. So pareho yung exponent natin. So take it down. The a is equal to 2x. And for b cube, 27 can be written in the form of 3 cube. So again, so we have the same exponent. So gamitin natin yung base natin. B is equal to 3. In applying the difference of cubic functions, so our a cubed minus b cubed, this is our given function. 8x cubed minus 27 is equal to a quantity of 2x minus 3 multiplied by 2x squared minus 2x plus 3. Then our b squared is 3, then squared. Then copy 2x minus 3. Then exponent of the 2 squared is 4. Then our x squared. Then a product of 2x and 3. Then negative 6x. Then plus 9. So ito yung ating factored form of this difference of the cubic functions. That is a product of two factors. A quantity of 2x minus 3 multiplied by a quantity of 4x raised to 2 minus 6x plus 9. Okay, for number 5, y is equal to 5x cubed minus 10x raised to 2 plus 4x minus 8. This is the cubic functions with 4 terms. So to factor this given function, so let's have the first two terms, 5x cubed minus 10x squared, and the last two terms, 4x minus 8. So to find the GCF, greatest common factor, so let's factor 5 times 1 or 5. Then x cubed is x raised to 2 times x, since our exponent is 2 plus 1, that is 3. Then a factor of 10 is 2 times 5. Then copy x squared. Then for the last two terms, so the factor of 4 is 4 times 1 or 4. Then bring down x. Then a factor of 8, 4 times 2. Then a factor of 9 is 8 times 2. Then a factor of 16 is 16 times 2. Then a factor of 24 is 24 times 2. Then a factor of 25 is 25 times 2. Then a factor of 26 is 26 times 2. Then a factor of 27 is 27 times 2. Then a factor of 28 is 28 times 2. Then a factor of 29 is 29 times 2. Then a factor of 30 is 30 times 2. Then a factor of 31 is 31 times 2. Then a factor of 32 is 32 times 2. Then a factor of 33 is 33 times 2. Then a factor of 34 is 34 times 2. Then a factor of 35 is 35 times 2. Then a factor of 36 is 36 times 2. Then a factor of 37 is 37 times 2. Then a factor of 38 is 38 times 2. Then a factor of 39 is 39 times 2. Then a factor of 40 is 40 times 2. Then a factor of 41 is 41 times 2. Then a factor of Then looking for the GCF, greatest common factor, that is 5x squared. Then take it down, the GCF 5x squared. Then the remaining term, that is x, then minus 2. So we're using the negative since our second term is negative, so x minus 2. And then for the last two terms, so our GCF is 4. Yan, so having the same constant. Then the remaining is x minus 2. Then our new equations is also having the same factor, that is x minus 2. So both terms, meron tayong x minus 2. Then take it down. For the y is equal to a quantity of x minus 2. Yan. Then our remaining terms, that is 5x squared plus 4. So, yan ang ating factored form. Number 6, so this is the quadratic polynomial functions. To write this in a factored form, so let us determine the terms between x raised to 4 and 12, the first and the last term. So, ang nasa gitna is negative 2x cubed minus 7x squared plus 8x. Express natin yung mga terms negative 2x cubed in the sum of 1 and negative 3. 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Okay, negative 2x cubed equivalently to 1x cubed minus 3x cubed. And negative 7 can be expressed into negative 3x squared minus 4x squared, since negative 3 minus 4, that is negative 7. And for 8x, negative 4x plus 12x, that is negative 4 plus 12, that is positive 8. Then to find the ratios, para malaman natin kung ito ba factorable or not, so the ratio here is 1 divide 1, negative 3. Yan, negative 4 divide negative 4, 12 divide 12. So that is our ratios. So this is factorable since all the ratios are equal to 1. So let's group the terms to indicate our GCF, greatest common factor. So our first two terms, the factor of x raised to 4, that is x cubed times x. Then 1x cubed is a product of 1x cubed. Then the third, 3x squared times x. Then the fourth one, 3x squared times 1. Then 4x times x, 4x times 1, 12x, and 12 times 1. So since the greatest common factor, or GCF, the first two terms is x cubed, having the same variable and exponent. Then take it down, x cubed, then the remaining x plus 1. And then the third and fourth, so negative 3x squared, or GCF. Then our remaining variable is x and the constant plus 1. And the other group, then GCF is negative 4x. Yan, then the remaining term is x, then plus 1. Then the last two terms, so our GCF is 12. Then copy the x plus 1. This time our new equation, so having the same factor, that is a quantity of x plus 1. So yan ang ating new equations, that is y is equal to x cubed, a quantity of x plus 1, minus 3x squared, a quantity of x plus 1, minus 4x, a quantity of x plus 1, plus 12 multiplied by x plus 1. So we have the highlights of our common factor, the x plus 1. Then take it down, x plus 1. Then copy all the remaining terms. Yan. So, yung x cube, a quantity x cube, then negative 3x squared, then negative 4x, then plus 12. So, that is our in a factored form, y is equal to a quantity of x plus 1 multiplied by a quantity of x cubed minus 3x squared minus 4x plus 12. But this is a cubic functions and factorable since the ratios between the first two terms and the last two terms are equal. So negative 3 divide 1 is equal to 12 divide negative 4. All the ratios are equal to negative 3. So let's find the GCF of the first two terms, the last two terms. So first two terms, the factor of x cubed is x squared times x, and the second term 3x squared is 3 times x squared. So y is equal to copy x plus 1, then our GCF x raised to 2, then what the leftover yung sobra right into our x parentheses. So that is x and negative 3. And the other GCF for the last two terms, the GCF is 4, then negative 4 multiplied by the remaining term that are x minus 3. Then y is equal to, then copy x plus 1, then a quantity of x minus 3, that is our common factor after getting the GCF. So yan ang x minus 3, then copy the remaining term x squared minus 4. Then y is equal to a quantity of x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3, but x squared minus 4 is factorable. X squared can be factored as x times x, and negative 4 can be factored negative 2 times 2. So these are the factored form of our given function. So y is equal to a quantity of x plus 1 multiplied by x minus 3, then a quantity x minus 2 multiplied by x plus 2. Okay, so these are all writing polynomial functions in factored form. So one thing to remember, we need to learn how to factor.